when I think of Garrett, there are three stories, three interactions I've had with him that always stand out and that always pop into my head. They showcase different aspects of his personality, and they're all very different in their importance. The first one I could think of is when I went to pick up Mackenzie for our second date. I rang the doorbell. The door opens. There's this big, tall, lanky kid there. He looks at me, doesn't say a word, slams the door. And I thought, oh crap, I gotta get this guy to like me. Thought he was gonna be mean, thought he'd be kind of a jerk. He was anything but. He was never anything but kind to me. But his attitude of just, I don't know this guy, I'm just gonna close the door on him. And I'm sure he thought he was being hilarious, but it was pretty intimidating as a new person coming around the house. The second thing I think of with him is more serious and more important and impactful for my life. It was when I was deciding to marry Mackenzie. Garrett and Mackenzie were around a lot. They were around each other a lot. They were at the house together a lot. And I thought it was important, very, very important, to sit down and talk to Garrett before asking Mackenzie to marry me. I knew he had taken on a mentoring role for her. I know he cared for her and watched out for her. And if there was any one person I needed to talk to and ask his approval, he was the one. And his permission, his seal of approval meant the world to me. There were a lot of people thinking things were going too fast, we needed to slow things down and whatnot. And he was on board, and he was encouraging, and he was just his ever positive self. And we had a great talk sitting in his room. He was just editing some photos, and we were just sitting there talking, and it's a conversation I'll always remember. And it was very important to me and to the family that I started later. And the third thing I always think of when I think of Garrett, it's something that pops into my head often. It was about a month or so before he passed away. I had taken a big important test for myself, and I did not do well, and I was pretty down in the dumps about it. And I got an email from him. I don't have the exact words in front of me right now, but the gist of his email was, forget about what happened in the past. Don't worry about the future. Enjoy right now. Enjoy the moment you're living in and embrace it. And then he talked about, in his email, he also said, it reminded me, I guess I would say, he reminded me that the things that I have right now are things that I once wished for, and to enjoy those things. And it's been a guiding principle in my life. I think about, I would say, multiple times a week. From the time I've gotten that email till now, multiple times a week, that pops into my head. And it just kind of, ranging from him slamming the door in my face to sending that email, kind of shows the depth and the broadness of his personality, of who he is. He could be a goofball, he could be serious, he could be insightful, he could be deep. And he was just a great guy. I miss him all the time.